Hey guys,
I'm Melissa.
I'm Patty.
And we are
Efecto podcast. Welcome back.
Episode 64.
Yeah.
We hope you missed us, like I always said. I mean, like I always say, I know you did.
Ya sabemos.
But we are back, guys. Oh my gosh. Feel like so much has happened since we've seen you.
Yeah, well, since we've recorded, we technically have only been away for a week. But we've been away for like a month.
Yeah, literally.
Because we double recorded. Yeah. The last episode you guys saw was our toy drive announcement. Thank you in advance to everyone who has been donating. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, guys.
The Awakening box,
it was literally full. I had to go unload it. We went in and got, took some of them home. So if you're still in the area, definitely go check it out. Drop the toys off there. Check out the wish list, or if you're going to Soul Cycle.
Yes, please. We are leaving everything up and all the drop boxes out until the 20th. Yeah. So you still have some time. So please, if you're able to, donate, and thank you.
But let's get into it, guys. So since we last saw you, I know I had mentioned it, but went to New York for work. It was, guys, so beautiful because it was decorated for the holidays, and that's the one thing that's always been like a dream of mine, like, oh my gosh, be in New York during that time. The weather was perfect. It was definitely it was just 10 out of 10, and obviously all paid. Come on. That was the best part.
A paid trip to New York. You can't beat that.
You cannot beat that. And the hotel, guys, my view.
What hotel did you stay
insane. It's called the Virgin Hotel. So it's in Midtown. So it was like the perfect area because you can literally walk everywhere. Like we were walking to like all the places. But the view was just insane. I had a corner room. Like it was just so nice. But guys, I was there for the Macy's Day Parade, and oh my god,
iconic.
It's like if someone had told me like, oh my god, that's on my bucket list. Like I knew this was a thing. I wasn't really sure how it worked about like volunteering and stuff, but it's definitely something like it's a program or whatnot, like a form. And if it's something on your bucket list, you can do it. You can volunteer, and I would 10 out of 10 recommend it. Of course, this past year was the first time in like 20 something years that it rained, which was crazy. Like they were telling us like, oh my god, like this is your first one. We're like, yeah. They're like, oh my god, this is the first time it's rained in like over 20 something years. We're like, of course. But even then, like the adrenaline, like everything, I think it just got to us that
the show must go on.
Yeah, like we didn't care, and they had said it, rain or shine, like this is happening. So we were there. Call time was at 5 a.m. So we were out the night before, and then we woke up. We had I think I woke up at 3, and then I quickly showered. Yeah, because we had to make our way down at 4, and we had to walk.
God, that's literally midnight here.
Yeah, and we had to walk because there was no way we were gonna get an Uber. There was no way. So we were walking, running, and then it starts raining on us. We're like, oh my gosh, we're late to call time. As soon as we got there, grabbed our costumes, put him on. Literally, they were like, Minions to the bus, like Mickey Mouse to the bus, and we were like, oh my god, like right.
Y'all were about to steal the moon or what?
Yeah, we sure did. But it was just crazy because we're like, oh my god, we barely fucking made it. Like there is no way, and it's because we're the second balloon. That's why our call time was so much earlier. So if we were I guess the 8th balloon or whatever, the call time is later. But I'm so glad we were the second balloon because we just got it over with. Like it was done.
How far do you guys walk?
Excited. It's I think it's a 5K, so 3 miles.
Like 3 miles.
Yeah, 3 miles or so, because we start right behind Central Park and we end in front of the Macy's, the big Macy's store. Yeah. So yeah, it was super cool.
Workout.
Yeah, it was a little workout, and it was funny because guys, of course, the 3, we lied about the requirements a little bit. Macy's, sorry, but right,
Macy's, if you're watching, just skip over this.
It was so we were like, oh my gosh, what if this thing really if it flies away or whatever, it's our fault. But because the bigger balloons, and it won't happen. I mean, it can, but the bigger balloons have a little golf cart driving it at certain speeds, and we were there too because they were with the wind and the rain, the balloon was kind of moving everywhere. Minnie Mouse was having a little fiasco before everything started, so we were damn, because it was her first balloon. So that kind of we were oh damn, okay, we do have to kind of practice this because the wind was moving and stuff. But yeah, guys, like overall, like it was pretty heavy, but it's like the way you have to turn it, like there's a whole technique. And the three of us, like three of the smallest girls, have his entire back leg. I was like, oh my God. But there was a moment we were like, ugh. But anyways, like there was so much to it, but it was, guys, just so beautiful. That, like, it was me and some of my coworkers, like my team, and we got so emotional because seeing the people, like, just like people were there again, rain or shine, like
people camp out for that shit.
Yeah, and like all of the little kids, like they were just so happy. Aww. Like seeing like the grandparents, like it was truly like just emotional. I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, it was just nice to be a part of that. It's Thanksgiving, obviously, so I was just like super thankful of everything. And then in that moment, I was just like, damn, like we're really here, like just seeing like all the little kids waving and like banana, like it was just so cute. Fact,
I think you mentioned it, I don't know if you got into detail, but just the fact that you were even there, because like technically you weren't even supposed to be there, but your team was like, Melissa needs to go.
Yeah, like literally I was not supposed to be there. And then our team in general, this is the first time they've gotten an invite. But yeah, like it was just super nice, guys, and it was so beautiful. So if, as mentioned, if you ever want to volunteer, do it. Like I would say, do it, experience it at least once. It was just such a beautiful moment. And I'm not a type of like, I'm not a parade gal except when I'm at Disneyland. Yeah. But that, like literally I was like, oh, this is so cool.
That was on New York. That was on Thanksgiving Day. So you were there Monday through Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I was there Monday through Thanksgiving. We had like a My Day, like do your thing. We were walking through like the holiday market, and then one of the other days we worked at the office there, which was also super cool. And it was just nice to be there with the team outside of work. You know, like we've already hung out outside of work, but it was like just those days in New York. We're like, oh my gosh, like who's gonna take this back? We definitely could say it helped us. It brought us closer.
Yeah, so. It's definitely good for team bonding.
Yeah.
And literally that week while Mely was in New York, I was house sitting for my Nino, and it was honestly the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Like I felt like thriving. I was living my best life. Like I live at home with my parents, and if you are someone of our age and you live out with your parents, you know that there's a tax that you pay, and it's called mental health.
My eyes went like
and his little twitch. And it was just so nice, and it literally was like, it was my own place. Mm-hmm. I'm obviously comfortable there. They have a dog, so I wasn't like alone. So she is the sweetest fucking baby ever. She's big. She looks like a cow because she's like a poodle mixed with something. Mm-hmm. But best believe her bark is terrifying.
Yeah, it's really loud.
So like whenever, like if I ordered something and someone dropped it off, like even before they would ring the doorbell or knock, she was barking at the door. I already knew. They literally would just drop it off, and like you could just, they would dash, like gone.
Like goodbye.
But it was nice, so I liked that. And then Thanksgiving, I did a turkey burn. This is my second time doing a turkey burn at Soul Cycle, which is a 90-minute class. So it's technically 2 classes mushed together. I did it with Dahlia. 10 out of 10. Last year I did the turkey burn on Black Friday, and this time it was on Thanksgiving, and I'm like, okay, like I'm glad that I got my workout done before going home and then getting ready. So that was really nice. I think that's a tradition I want to keep doing, like at least doing 1 turkey burn a year, regardless of like the day it lands on. And then the only thing, the day of Thanksgiving, because I was house sitting, usually Thanksgiving it's at my house, and at like 5 a.m, my whole family is there, like starting to prep. They don't prep the day before, they do everything the day of, and by like 8 a.m. the shots are pouring. So that's like the fun part of Thanksgiving. I did miss out on it, but it was okay. I was like, no pasa nada. So literally I got home, showered, got ready. By the time I was ready, people were already there. Yeah, because it was just like go. It was an emotional Thanksgiving, obviously, because my brother, we lost my brother, we lost our tío, so that was just a lot. And just like my dad talking, we're just like, oh my god, everyone's crying. We're like, my dad was like, si alguien más quiere decir algo, silence. And my dad's like, no, not everyone jump at once, but like, yeah,
like, no thank you.
But it was like chill. It wasn't anything crazy. And then that was pretty much like it. I don't really do anything else. I know it's Black Friday, but it was just like a chill
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and I didn't really do anything that weekend. Literally, I don't think I did anything that weekend.
Yeah, no, my Thanksgiving definitely, I spent it at the airport, got myself a glass of wine, some french fries. But I got home, and my dad and my mom did wait for me to have, like, some dinner. And I was like, that was really cute. Because, guys,
you got home at what time?
It was like 12:30 almost. Because our flight got delayed. So they waited for me. But, guys, I literally had to get home. I ate. I showered. I took a nap. And then I woke up to pack again. Because then I headed to Mexico.
Yeah.
So I think we mentioned it, but one of our friends, Liz, she got married, her and Brian. Beautiful, beautiful wedding. So literally packed, got my stuff, headed to the airport, and then like it was like quick, but luckily in my head I kind of knew like what I wanted to take. I was like, just shove it on the cubes, take it. And I'm like, I just need my botas in there and then my dress. Like that's
the two most important things.
I'm like, that's all I need in there. So yeah, I got that. Luckily, one of her friends were like kind of flying in at the same time, so left with them. So because from Guadalajara, her wedding was in Jiquilpan, Michoacan, so it's like a 2.5 to 3 hour drive. It like depends. So shout out to this guy named Bola. So apparently he grew up in Inglewood, like Lennox area, and then now he's over there and he picks people up. So that was like
full circle.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, now I got a new contact number for whenever we're there and we need a ride. He was super trustworthy. He's super cool guy. Like he was taking us everywhere. But I was a little nervous because I mean I've been to Mexico, but like on my own, like it's been years, like especially like I'm like, oh my god, from Guadalajara to Jiquilpan, like you just never know. And like, you know, you hear some stories of how it is now and whatnot. So I was a little anxious. But when her friends were actually ended up being on my same flight.
Did your flight get delayed?
Yeah, it got delayed, and then but it was like delayed by like an hour or so. But they ended up being on the same flight, so it worked out. I didn't know it was them. I kind of had seen them. I was like, I think I know these girls. Like, I'm pretty sure it's them. And then when we landed, she texted me, and I was like, wait, are you on this flight? She's like, yeah. I was like, oh my god, I know. And it turned out that's why I knew her, because she used to buy for my small business. She used to go to like Angel City or Shop Small, and then she's picked up from my house before, and I'm like, oh my god, like no wonder you look like familiar. And I was like, but I wasn't sure it was her. But yeah, overall, I mean, the wedding, it was again beautiful, but you had like the tornaboda, so we literally got there like there was traffic, so we got there around 4 to 5. We had to get ready because people are ready at the bosque, so we changed like 8 quick tacos, and we're like, all right, we gotta get to the spot because we were like, oh my god, we're so late. But we ended up, it worked out. So we had a pre-celebration. It's in like literally, guys, in the bosque, where I'm like, oh my god, me van a jalar las greñas y las patas. But like it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. They had like a little like grupo, and that like got the party started. And then Saturday, like the day of, it was like again, it was in Jiquilpan. She came in like the carriage and the horses, and it was just so nice.
She looked beautiful. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything else.
And like that's what we all said. Like all of us were like, we expect nothing less.
Yeah.
But to like see it, I was like, oh my god. And it was obviously emotional. Like she's been one of my really, really good friends since we were young, like since 6th grade, and we were like talking about that too. So it was like nice. And her family being there, like I know some of them and stuff. So it was just nice. Her mom was like super, super like welcoming, and she was like reassuring my mom, like she's good, like she's good. So my mom felt more comfortable. And then Brian, like the whole crew, like all of his and like his friends and his family, and then just Liz's friends, like they were honestly very, very, very welcoming. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay. I felt like a little more relaxed. And yeah, I mean, the wedding was lit. She had like the banda, like everything, like guys, it was like lit. Like the shots were pouring from left and right. I'm like, oh my god. And then the next day it was like another like celebration with a grupo norteño, and that was also so nice. I was like, oh my god, but everyone was struggling. Like you had the Pedialyte, the tables were literally Pedialyte's beer and then more tequila and like chips and stuff. But no, it was such a beautiful event. And
where did you get your dress?
Guys, I got my dresses at Fashion Nova. Literally Fashion Nova. I was like, I had one of them that was for my boutique. I didn't end up wearing that one, but I went with,
let's backtrack, because Mely, so I was supposed to go to the wedding, but I couldn't go.
Yeah.
So I ended up not going. But like months ago, Mely goes, I found my dress for Liz's wedding, and I was like, no, you didn't. And she's like, yeah, it's from da da da. And I was like, I know you. That's not the dress you're gonna wear.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I like it, da da da. And then I was like, are you taking it? She's like, no. I'm like, bitch, I fucking told you.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. It's just I didn't feel like comfortable because the back is open, guys, and I hate my back. So I was like, oh, I don't know. But it's like, it's such a beautiful
And I'm
dress.
so proud of you, bitch, because literally I told her before, I was like, bitch, you better not fucking wear no saco,
like
no shawl, and nothing.
It took so much of me. I was like, oh my god.
But you had a good time, and you were dancing.
Had a great time, was dancing, and then I honestly, like, I felt good. Like, the dresses were big, but I took them to get them tailored. So my mom picked them up the day before, guys, and I hadn't tried on the dress until the Saturday. Like, literally, I was there, and the day of the wedding, I was like, okay, if they don't fit, I don't know, like, what I'm gonna do. But literally, because my mom picked them up, and then I packed them, and I didn't try them again. And the fit was perfect. Obviously, I don't have big boobs, so, like, it was a little still big up here. But the waist and, like, everything, like, she did it good. I was like, hey, just keep me snatched. So, yeah, and guys, Fashion Nova came through.
No, bitch, there's so many girls that I see, like, obviously the influencers that go to holiday parties, they obviously are sponsored by Fashion Nova. They buy their dresses, bitch. They look like good quality.
Literally came through.
And the price point?
Yeah, it was like $40, and I bought 2 dresses. So one for $40, and I took both of them with me. One was $40, the other one was $35. I was like, one of these has to work one way or another. And guys, they worked. And the one I wore, like, I loved, and it was something I could have gotten in downtown LA for like $300. Yeah. I'm like, and if I had another dress, I was like, if worst comes to worst, I take the one I wore last year. But
no one saw it anyways, bitch, because you were estabas bien tapada.
I was bien tapada. But yeah, like, guys, it was such a cool, like, moment. I was definitely going through it when I came back. I was so tired.
Did you at least take a day off?
No, I came home, and literally the next day I was in the office because everyone was like, Melissa. And then luckily the day after I was like, okay, yeah, I gotta work from home. Like, I cannot. But it was fun. It was like, all right, it was just crazy, but it was a fun time, and it just, I was like, oh my god, I really did that. But yeah, guys, that was like my crazy little week. It was like a full-on week of just like
it was literally non-stop because you left Monday.
I left Monday, and the Monday, that one was a long travel day because we left like around 9 a.m. from Jiquilpa to Guadalajara. There was some traffic, got to Guadalajara around 3. Luckily, her friends were staying at a hotel there, so I stayed with them for like a second, and then went to the airport. And the airport, that's where it kept getting delayed, and I didn't get onto my flight. I was supposed to land here in LAX at like 11, and I ended up landing like at 12:30, so like I got it pushed back a little bit. But yeah, like, I was there, and I was like, okay, I grabbed some food, and I was like, fuck, I need to just like sit. But overall, I'm like, I kind of love that, like, still, like, I'm like, oh, okay, like, whatever, like, the like adrenaline.
Parte del show. Going.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, guys, that was like my crazy like week. It was all back to back to back, and I was like, all right, I gotta chill for a second. But yeah, guys, so that was our Thanksgiving week. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Yes. Like, I think we've said this before, but it's like, let us know how you celebrate that. Like, I always just love hearing these stuff. I've been seeing some stuff on TikTok, and I'm like looking at the games or people doing all these
I've been looking at the games because after Thanksgiving, I'm like, we need to do games for Christmas at Grandma's. Yes. So 100%. Let us know if there's any games.
Yeah. But that is all we have for this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. And as always, we will see you in next week's episode.
Don't forget to, if you listen to us on Spotify, to download and give us 5 stars or whatever the fuck. Rate us.
Period. And follow our personal accounts and our TikTok accounts. Yes, the whole thing.
The whole shebang. Okay, bye.
Bye.